Very good afternoon, all of you. Welcome back to the chemistry lecture. Hmm? Can you hear me? Please tell me. मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को या नहीं? प्लीज टेल मी हु इज देयर. कौन कौन आए हैं आज के लेक्चर के लिए? चलो. ओके, ऐश्वर्या, ओमकार, आकांक्षा. ठीक है, तो आवाज आ रही है. सो विल स्टार्ट आवर लेक्चर. वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट द वॉल्यूमेट्रिक एनालिसिस. ठीक है, इन दैट वी हैव सीन different topics we have seen, and in the last lecture we were talking about the neutralization curve. Correct? Yes or no? In the last lecture we have started neutralization curve, and in that lecture we have seen the neutralization curve for strong acid and strong base. For example, strong acid we have taken HCl, and strong base we have taken NaOH. So that we have seen the neutralization curve of strong acid and strong base. Then we have seen characteristics, features of strong acid and strong base. Then we have seen choice of indicator. There are different indicator, 4 indicator there were, and all that 4 indicator was were suitable indicator, but out of that 4 indicator we have to choose only one best indicator. We have to choose only one best indicator. And how will you choose the best indicator? Based upon the that curve or pH range during that curve, and the pH at equivalence point, that you have to see. These two points you have to keep in mind while choosing the best indicator. Which 2 points? First point is the pH range of that curve, and another point, the pH at equivalence point, that you have to keep in mind while choosing the best indicator. That we have seen. And we have seen the calculation of pH at different point. Calculation of pH that at a different point. For example, starting point, that we also call as a zero time. Okay. Then different time interval or a different volume, we can calculate the pH by using different equations are there. So that we have seen in the last lecture. Okay. So today we will see the neutralization curve or titration curve for weak acid and strong base. Today we will see the neutralization curve of weak acid. We will take weak acid. For example, we will take acetic acid, and strong base we will take NaOH only. Okay. So that we will see today. Okay. So can I start lecture now? Yes or no? Please tell me. Can I start the lecture now? Tell me. Yes or no? Are you guys ready for today's lecture? Okay. Yes, sir. Everyone is saying yes, sir. So today we will see so this is your lecture number 6 of volumetric analysis. Yes or no? This is your lecture number 6 of volumetric analysis, and these are the topics that we are going to see. ये topic जो आपके screen पे है ना, that topic we are going to see today. So see the which topics are there. So first we will see, this is the first topic, titration of weak acid and strong base. That we will see. Titration curve of weak acid and strong base. Then we will see choice of indicator. Which indicator is best indicator for this titration? Which indicator is best indicator for this titration? That we will see. Best indicator. There are different indicator which we can use for this strong acid and strong base, but the best we will find out for today. Then we will do some calculation of pH at various stages for this titration, weak acid and strong base titration, that we will see. So these are the today's topics that we are going to see. Okay, so we will start the lecture. So we will start with the titration of weak acid and strong base. So for example, we will take weak acid, we will take acetic acid. Weak acid is acetic acid we will take, and strong base we will take 0.1 normal NaOH. So why, first of all we will see why this acetic acid is called as weak acid, or it is also called as a weak electrolyte, because it does not get dissociated completely in the water. It not get dissolved or dissociated, or it will not get ionized completely in water. So this acetic acid will reversibly gives you acetic acid will reversibly gives you C double bond OCO minus. This is called as the acetate ion and it will give H plus. So the dissociation is not complete in case of acetic acid, so it is called as a weak acid. That's why it is called as a weak acid. Everybody knows this concept, I think so. ठीक है, आप लोगों को पता ही होगा what is weak acid, weak electrolyte आप लोगों ने F में देखा ही होगा. ठीक है, then NaOH. While talking about the NaOH, in the last lecture also we have discussed NaOH irreversibly gives you Na plus cation plus OH minus anion, and these OH and H plus will get combined and will give you salt plus water, and that's why this is called as a neutralization reaction. And here the one more product of this reaction is sodium acetate. Another product is sodium acetate. So this is your overall reaction. This is your overall reaction, and that we are going to study in today's lecture. Now basically we will do the titration. Not actually we will do the titration, but we will have a feel that you are doing the titration in lab only. ठीक है, जैसे आप लैब में प्रैक्टिकल करते हो ना, वैसे हम लोग करें. हम लोग आज ये डिस्कस करेंगे. ठीक है, यस और नो? ठीक है ना. सो दिस acetic acid is a weak electrolyte and NaOH is a strong electrolyte. So generally in the titration, in chemical titration, generally strong electrolyte is taken in a burette. Generally strong electrolyte को किस में लेते हैं? Burette में fill करते हैं. And this acetic acid that you have to take in a conical flask. That you have to take in a conical flask. So how will you take? You will take this by using a pipette. Take 25 ml by using a pipette into the conical flask and fill the burette that is with 0.1 normal NaOH. Remove the air bubble and adjust the zero level. This is the your titration. ठीक है. Now हम लोगों ने क्या किया है? Acetic acid conical flask में लिया है and burette में क्या लिया है? We have taken in burette that is NaOH. Now what you have to add? You have to add indicator. So which indicator we are going to add? That I will not tell here, but just we will take an indicator. Just we will take a indicator. For example, let us see. We will take phenolphthalein indicator, which is very famous and widely used for neutralization reaction. We will take phenolphthalein indicator. Now आप लोगों ने conical flask में क्या लिया? You have taken acetic acid in conical flask and you have filled a burette with 0.1 normal NaOH, and you are going to add the indicator, say for example phenolphthalein indicator, in a conical flask. Now you people tell me what will be the end point of this titration. You people tell me what will be the end point of this titration. आप लोग मुझे बोलोगे what will be the end point. क्या है end point इस titration का? बोलो जल्दी. Nobody is there. What will be the end point? अरे कोई भी नहीं है वहां पे लेक्चर में. Change in color, Vinayak. That I have. Sorry, that exactly I have asked you. What will be the color change? Color change क्या होगा? What will be the color change of this titration? You should know the color change of different indicators, and I have explained very well while discussing the theory of indicators. उसमें मैंने सबके color change आप लोगों को देखे. और phenolphthalein वैसे भी तो बहुत पॉपुलर है, वाइडली यूज्ड है. आप लोगों ने 100 दफा यूज किया होगा उसको phenolphthalein को. So the color of phenolphthalein in acidic medium is colorless. The color of phenolphthalein in acidic medium is colorless, and initially you have taken acetic acid in a conical flask and you have added phenolphthalein. So phenolphthalein का color क्या हो जाएगा acetic acid में? It will be colorless. And as we go and adding NaOH, one drop अगर आपने NaOH का add किया ना, तो वो drop क्या हो जाएगा? Pink हो जाएगा. If you shake it, that will disappear. Another you go and adding the NaOH and it will give you the pink color, and at one point that pink color will not get disappear, and at end point that pink color will not get disappear. That point is called as end point. That point is called as the end point. So the end point of your titration is colorless to pink. End point of your titration is what? End point of your titration is, बोलो जल्दी से, रिप्लाई इन चैट बॉक्स. आप लोग एक्टिव नहीं है लेक्चर में. ऐसे स्टूडेंट मुझे बिल्कुल भी पसंद नहीं है. आप लोग एक्टिव होने चाहिए. प्लीज रिमेंबर दैट माय लेक्चर इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी वन वे. देयर माय लेक्चर ऑलवेज बी ए टू वे. मेरा हमेशा एक्सचेंज होता है, ठीक है, इंटरेक्शन होता है मेरे लेक्चर में. सो आप लोगों को रेडी होना चाहिए. सो व्हाट इज द एंड पॉइंट ऑफ टुडेस टाइट्रेशन? क्या है? मैंने बोला आप लोगों को. नूतन अभी अभी आई है, कह रही है कि गुड आफ्टरनून सर. वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून नूतन. Now colorless to pink in color. Correct. Rupesh Kumar is saying colorless to pink. So your endpoint is colorless to pink. ठीक है. Now you have understood this. You have understood this? Yes or no? So shall I remove this now? Shall I remove this? Yes, sir. Okay. So now in this I have told you acetic acid is titrant, acetic acid is titrant and NaOH is titrant. ये तो मैंने आप लोगों को अच्छी तरह से डिस्कस किया है यहाँ पे, ठीक है. So after doing the titration, if you plot a graph of or change in concentration of H plus ion or a graph of change in pH versus ml of NaOH added, you will get the curve and that curve is called as a titration curve or neutralization curve. और वो curve कैसी होगी? आपके स्क्रीन पे है. वो कर्व कैसी होगी? वो आपके स्क्रीन पे है. If you plot a curve after your titration, that curve will be like this. ठीक है. Now here, what is the I will read this graph. So this on y-axis pH is there, change in pH is there. On x-axis ml of NaOH is added there, and here you will see at the start of the titration your solution is acidic, so pH is around 1, and as you go on adding NaOH, your pH will get increase up to 3, and then again it becomes constant up to the 24.9 here, and again it will get suddenly increase up to the 25.1, and then again it will start constant. It will remain constant. So this is the your titration curve. Okay, now we'll see the different characteristics of the above curve. Now we will see the different characteristics of the above curve. क्या है characteristics? First characteristics, the pH at the start is 3. At the starting, the pH contains only your solution contains only acetic acid. So at the starting, your pH is 3. And at the end, what happens after the complete neutralization of acetic acid by NaOH? Your peak at the end, your pH will be 10.5. At this point, what will happen? All your acetic acid will get neutralized by NaOH. That's why in the conical flask now only NaOH will remain. So your pH will be basic. So basic pH means कितना हो जाएगा? वो 10.5 हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So this is your first characteristic of that neutralization curve. Then the point number 2 or characteristic number 2 is on your screen. See your screen. ठीक है. There is a steady and linear increase in the pH with the addition of NaOH up to the 24.5 volume of NaOH. So what will happen? Starting आपके conical flask में क्या है? Only acid is there, so pH is acidic, and आप लोगों ने जैसे जैसे NaOH के drop add किए, so at this value up to this value 24.5, your pH will become 3. So your pH at 24.5 will become 3. So this is the second characteristics. Third characteristics क्या है? Sharp and large increase in pH in the volume range 24.9 to 25.1 ml of NaOH. After 24.9 क्या हो जाएगा? Your pH will suddenly get increase. So this range here I will write this here. So here your volume is 24.9 ml of NaOH, and at this point your volume is 25.1. So during this pH there is a sharp and large increase in pH. This increase in pH takes place. This increase in pH takes place. So this is your characteristics number 3. Then the pH change near the equivalence point curve covers approximately 6 to 10.5 pH unit. Now this, ये जो आप लोगों को दिख रहा है ना, यहाँ पे कितना होगा pH? If you see on it on y axis, यहाँ पे होगा 6 and at this point your pH is 10.5. So this is your pH range near the equivalence point. ये क्या है आप लोगों का? ये equivalence point है. Here shape curve is called as the equivalence point, and near the equivalence point your pH range is 6 to 10.5. Near the equivalence point your pH range is 6 to 10.5. So this is your characteristic number 4. Then we will see the next characteristic. The pH at equivalence point is basic. ये थोड़ा अलग है. pH at equivalence point is basic. Basic pH है और उसकी वैल्यू कितनी है? The value of pH at the equivalence point is 8.73. That means it is basic. While we have seen in case of strong acid and strong base, हम लोगों ने देखा होगा strong acid and strong base में हम लोगों ने देखा है the pH at equivalence point was how much? कितना था in case of strong acid and strong base? कितना था pH? Tell me. pH कितना था in case of strong acid and strong base pH at equivalence point? बोलो जल्दी से भाई लोग. सेवन था. करेक्ट. वेरी गुड इस्तेशाम ने करेक्ट आंसर दिया है. द पीएच कितना था? न्यूट्रल था. दैट मीन्स 7 था इन केस ऑफ स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस. नाउ हियर इन दिस वीक एसिड एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस पीएच कितना है? At the equivalence point it is basic and that is 8.73. Please remember this very important characteristic. Please remember this. Then the next characteristic. The pH with further addition of NaOH is not linear and remains constant in the volume range 25.1 to 60 ml. So here, so if you add NaOH after once you get equivalence point, your pH will not get increase and it will remain constant. So this is volume of NaOH in the range 25.1 to 26 ml. अगर आपको एक बार इक्विवेलेंस पॉइंट और न्यूट्रलाइजेशन पॉइंट मिल जाता है, देन आपने कितना भी NaOH ऐड किया ना, तो योर pH विल नॉट increase, it will remain constant. So this is the characteristic number 6. This is the characteristics number 6. So these are the characteristics. If you have pen notebook you can write it. बहुत ही important है ये characteristic. Then we will go to the next point, choice of indicator. Then we will see the choice of indicator. So while choosing the indicator, 2 points you have to keep in mind. Which 2 points you have to keep in mind? So this is the first point. The vertical part of the curve has pH range 6 to 10.5 in it. This is important. इसको मैं underline करके रख देता हूँ. Near the equivalence point, pH range कितनी है? pH range is 6 to 10.5 and this is the first point. This is first point आप लोगों को ध्यान में रखना है. Point number 1. Then point number 2. Point number 2 is pH change at the equivalence point is basic. ये भी important है. और कितना वैल्यू है? 8.73. ये भी important point है. Now no इस्तेशाम, ठीक है. let me explain first. इस्तेशाम let me explain first, ठीक है. So ये आप लोगों को इंडिकेटर दिए है. नेम ऑफ इंडिकेटर इज ब्रोमोथाइमल ब्लू, फेनोल्फ्थालीन. These both are suitable indicator. These both can be a suitable indicator for the above titration, for this titration. That means which titration? Acetic acid and NaOH titration. Why? Because here if you see pH range 6 to 7.6 है, इन मिलता जुलता है. देन फेनोल्फ्थालीन का कितना है? 8.3 to 10. ये भी है. So these both are suitable indicator. These both can be suitable indicator. ये दोनों के दोनों आप लोग यूज कर सकते हो. But the best indicator will be which one? That is phenolphthalein. Why phenolphthalein? Because pH at the equivalence point is 8.73 and this phenolphthalein has pH range 8.3 to 10. That means it is covering your equivalence point. So phenolphthalein is the best indicator. So phenolphthalein is the best indicator for the above titration. So while doing the acetic acid and NaOH titration, you have to use phenolphthalein indicator so as to get a correct result. अगर आपको correct result चाहिए, अच्छे से result चाहिए, minimum error chahiye, then you have to take the phenolphthalein indicator. You can go with bromothiamyl blue also, but there may be some difference in equivalence point or end point. Okay, so always remember, while doing the titration of acetic acid and NaOH, you have to take phenolphthalein indicator. Okay, yes or no? Understood up to this? अगर यहाँ तक आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया, then we will go to the calculation of pH at various stages. पहले आप लोग मुझे कंफर्म कर दो कि yes sir, we have got or we have understood what you have explained up to this. Only Rupesh Kumar saying yes sir. Nutan, Kanishk, very good. Akansha आपण समजले, अरे वाह. Then next Ganesh, Santosh, Hake, Kanishk, Omkar, Dixit, very good. So you have understood what is the neutralization curve for weak acid and strong base, what how you will choose the best indicator. Then we will go to the next point, that is calculation of pH at various stages. So first stage is the pH at the start of the titration, and this stage is also called as at zero time. pH at zero time. It is also called as pH at zero time. So at the starting, what you will have, you will have only 25 ml of, आपके पास क्या होगा, in conical flask you will have only 25 ml of 0.1 normal acetic acid and there is no NaOH is present. आपने titration अभी चालू ही नहीं किया है, start ही नहीं किया, that's what is called as a zero time. अपने टाइट्रेशन चालू ही नहीं किया, मतलब आप लोगों ने NaOH का ड्रॉप उसमें ऐड ही नहीं किया. सो NaOH का वॉल्यूम कितना होगा एट द स्टार्टिंग, इट विल बी जीरो. कितना होगा, इट विल बी जीरो. नाउ अगर आपके पास कोनिकल फ्लास्क में एसिटिक एसिड है प्रेजेंट, सो एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ द टाइट्रेशन और एट जीरो टाइम इन द सॉल्यूशन यू विल हैव ओनली OH माइनस आयंस. ठीक है, यस और नो? आपके पास सिर्फ OH माइनस आयंस ही होंगे, करेक्ट ना? बोलो, मैंने सही बोला है या गलत बोला है? अगर आपके पास और एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ द टाइट्रेशन यू विल हैव ओनली, आकांक्षा, नूतन इज सेइंग यस सर, OH माइनस होंगे क्या अपने सॉल्यूशन में? OH माइनस प्रेजेंट होंगे क्या? बोलो. At the start of the titration, your conical flask will contain OH minus ion. This is my statement. Tell me whether it is correct or wrong. You will have only OH minus ions in your solution. Please tell me, this is correct or wrong? What you will have in your conical flask? You will have only H plus ions. You will have only H plus ions. OH minus कैसे होंगे? हमने अभी तक बेस ऐड ही नहीं किया है. So you will have H plus ion concentration. और अगर हम लोगों ने H plus ion concentration के वैल्यू डिटरमिन कर दी, तो you can easily calculate the pH at the start of the titration. Because Istesham is saying no sir, correct, because you know that pH is nothing but the negative log of H plus ion concentration. So first your job is to find out the H concentration of H plus ions in the solutions. First job is to find out the concentration of H plus ions concentration in the solution, and once you find it, then you can calculate the pH very easily, because pH is nothing but the negative log of H plus ion concentration. So we'll try to find out the concentration of H plus ions in the solution. Okay, so I will remove this. Okay, so this is your reaction. Acetic acid at the start, so it will it is a weak electrolyte. It will reversibly gives you acetate ion and H plus ions, which is a weak electrolyte. So for example, acetic acid पूरा के पूरा डिसोसिएट नहीं होगा, ये पूरे के पूरे इसके आयंस H plus आयंस फॉर्म नहीं होने वाले, because it is a weak electrolyte or it is a weak acid. So अगर इसमें से फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज हम लोगों ने कह दिया कि ओनली x मिलीमोल और x मोल ऑफ acetate ion will be formed, then same amount will be H plus will be formed x. then अगर आपने 0.1 लिया है, कितना लिया है, 0.1 लिया है, 0.1 लिया है, इसमें से एसिटेट आयन और H प्लस आयन्स कितने फॉर्म हो गए, x फॉर्म हो गए, तो ये कितना बच जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा 0.1 माइनस एक्स, ये हो जाएगा 0.1 माइनस एक्स. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड दिस. you now you have to apply the equilibrium constant or Ka is equal to K. Why K is there? K is called as equilibrium constant and A is for acid. ठीक है, so how will you calculate Ka? What is Ka? What is equilibrium constant? It is nothing but the product of concentration of product. It is product of concentration of product. It is the ratio of concentration of product to the product of concentration of the reactant. This is Ka. Now you have to apply this Ka for these reactions. You have to apply this Ka for this reaction. Now how will you apply? Ka is equal to product कौन से है, ये. So I will write here concentration of CH3CO minus into concentration of H plus divided by product of concentration of reactant. Reactant is acetic acid. So ये आ जाएगा concentration of acetic acid. So this is the Ka for this reaction. So this is the Ka for this reaction. See here. I have given. Understood? Ka for this reaction. Now you have to put the value of acetate ion, H plus ion and acetic acid. Acetate ion is X. Acetate ion is X. And concentration of H plus ion is also X. So and concentration of acetic acid is 0.1 minus X. ठीक है, so ये हो जाएगा. इसकी वैल्यू कितनी है, x है, ये हमने यहाँ पे पुट कर दी. H प्लस की वैल्यू भी x है और एसिटिक एसिड की वैल्यू है, सॉरी है 0.1 minus x. ठीक है, now see here in this reaction x is very small. In this reaction x is very small. So this 0.1 minus x will become 0.1 क्योंकि x कैसा है, इट इज अ वेरी स्मॉल. और जो आप ये करोगे ना, सब्सट्रैक्शन करोगे ना, उसमें इतना कुछ फर्क नहीं आ जाएगा. ये वो कितनी आ जाएगी, वो नियरली इक्वल्स टू 0.1 आ जाएगी. सो पुट दिस वैल्यू इन दिस इक्वेशन, you will get this. Ka is equal to x square, x into x will become x square and 0.1 minus x कितना रह जाएगा, 0.1 रह जाएगा. So you will get this. Ka is equal to x square divided by 0.1. और एक Ka की वैल्यू भी आप लोगों को प्रोवाइड की है. मैं I will tell you the value of Ka. Value of Ka is, I will write here, value of Ka ये आप लोगों को दी है 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 5. ये हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे पुट कर दिए. So Ka की जगह just put the value of Ka here. Just put the value of Ka here. Value of Ka is 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 5 equals to x square divided by 0.1. Equals to x square divided by 0.1. Now you have this equation. Now from this equation you can find out the x square. From this equation you can find out the x square. X square divided by 0.1. 0.1 यहाँ पे divided by इधर जाके क्या हो जाएगा, multiply हो जाएगा. So you will get the value of x square and from that you can calculate the value of x. You can calculate the value of x, and x is nothing but the concentration of H plus ion. X is nothing but the concentration of H plus ions. ठीक है, तो आप लोगों ने concentration of H plus ions determine किया है और वो कितना है, it is 1.313 into 10 raised to minus 5 molar, 4 molar. ये आप लोगों को मिल गई है. Then अगर आप लोगों को H plus की वैल्यू मिल गई है, so you can calculate the pH. pH is nothing but the negative log of H plus ion concentration. So you can take the negative log of H plus ion concentration, you will get your value and it will come as a pH. You will get 2.88. So the pH at the start of the titration is 2.88 or pH at 0 time is 2.88. ठीक है. So in this way you have to calculate the pH. In this way you have to calculate the pH at different volume of NaOH added. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड यू. देन वी विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. अगर समझ में आ गया, सो पीएच आफ्टर एडिशन ऑफ 7.5 ml of NaOH. pH after the addition of 7.5 ml of NaOH, 0.1 molar NaOH. So how will you calculate? See this here. At this point अगर आपने NaOH कितना ऐड किया है, NaOH you have added 7.5 ml. ये आपको ब्यूरेट से पता चल जाएगा. ये वैल्यू आपको कैसे पता चल जाएगी? ब्यूरेट से पता चल जाएगी, क्योंकि ब्यूरेट में हम लोगों ने NaOH लिया है. क्योंकि ब्यूरेट में हम लोगों ने NaOH. If you see the burette, then you will get this value 7.5 m. So at this point 25 minus 7.5 will give you 17.5 ml acetic acid remains unreacted. अगर आपने 7.5 NaOH डाला है तो 7.5 acetic acid क्या हो जाएगा? न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाएगा. 7.5 ml NaOH डाला है तो 7.5 ml एसिटिक एसिड न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाएगा. और हमने एसिटिक एसिड कितना लिया था? 25 ml acetic acid we have taken, and out of that 25 ml of acetic acid, 7.5 ml acetic acid get neutralized by addition of 7.5 ml of NaOH. Then how much will remain unreacted? 25 minus 7.5, that is 17.5 ml acetic acid will remain unreacted. ठीक है, समझ में आया कैसे हमने अनरिएक्टेड की एसिटिक एसिड अनरिएक्टेड कितना है वो कैसे कैलकुलेट किया है आपने. You have added 7.5 ml NaOH in the conical flask, and in conical flask there was 25 ml acetic acid present, and out of that 25 ml 7.5 ml acetic acid will get neutralized by 7.5 ml of NaOH. Then the unreacted acetic acid will be 25 minus 7.5, that is 17.5 ml acetic acid will remain unreacted. And the normality of this acetic acid, that is 17.5 ml acetic acid, the normality has got changed because there is increase in volume. क्योंकि आप लोगों ने 7.5 ml NaOH ऐड किया है, so volume increase हुआ है. total volume will become 25. ये जो है तुम्हारा acetic acid का है, ये जो 25 ml आप लोगों को दिख रहा है ना, दिस इज द वॉल्यूम ऑफ एसिटिक एसिड जो आप लोगों ने इनिशियली लिया है, एंड यू हैव एडेड 7.5 NaOH. सो टोटल वॉल्यूम विल बिकम 32.5 ml. Total volume will become 32.5 ml. So due to this increase in volume, the normality of acetic acid will get changed. Due to the increase in volume, normality of acetic acid will get changed, and you have to calculate the normality of acetic acid which was remain unreacted. ठीक है, तो how will you calculate? So in this way you will calculate N1V1 is equal to N2V2. This is very simple formula. ये आप लोगों को याद रखना है. N1V1 is equal to N2V2. So let us see here. N1V1 is equal to N2V2. So put the values of concentration. कितना है एसिटिक एसिड का? 0.1 मोलर है. कितना बचा है एसिटिक एसिड? So 17.5 ml acetic acid remain unreacted, and total volume कितना हुआ इसका न्यू एसिटिक एसिड का? टोटल न्यू एसिटिक एसिड का वॉल्यूम है 32.5, और इसकी नॉर्मेलिटी आप लोगों को पता नहीं. दैट नॉर्मेलिटी यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट. सो आई हैव रिटन इज N2 as it is. This N2 is normality of new acetic acid. Normality of new acetic acid. So how will you find out N2? In this way. So N2 will come. N2 कितनी आ जाएगी? 0.05384. This is your normality of new acetic acid. This is your normality of new acetic acid. ये आप लोगों ने फाइंड किए. ठीक है, चलो. Then we will go to the next point. Next क्या है? The neutralization of acetic acid is written below. ये हम लोगों ने पहले भी देखा है. The neutralization reaction of acetic acid can be written as acetic acid plus NaOH, which reversibly gives you sodium acetate, plus water, that is H2O. So this is the neutralization reaction of acetic acid by NaOH. Acetic acid plus NaOH, which reversibly gives you sodium acetate plus water molecule. Then now you can calculate the millimoles of sodium acetate form. So here acetic acid कितना है? कितना रिएक्ट हुआ है? 7.5 ml acetic acid रिएक्ट हुआ है, because of you have added 7.5 ml of NaOH, and मिलीमोल्स कितने हो जाएंगे इसके, वॉल्यूम इनटू कंसंट्रेशन, वॉल्यूम कितना है 7.5, कंसंट्रेशन कितना है 0.1, so if you multiply it will give it the it will give you millimoles. सेम इसका भी 0.1 into 7.5 you will give the millimoles, and सेम इसके कितने millimoles आ जाएंगे देन सोडियम एसिटेट के, यहाँ पे कितना कंसंट्रेशन इसका 0.1, इतना तैयार हुआ है 7.5 तैयार हुआ है, तो इसका मिलीमोल्स कितना आ जाएगा, वॉल्यूम इनटू कंसंट्रेशन, सो 0.75 millimoles of sodium acetate will get formed. 0.75 millimoles of sodium acetate will get formed. Understood this? Then we will go to the next point. The molarity of sodium acetate can be calculated. Now you have to find out the molarity of sodium acetate, and you can find out the molarity of sodium acetate by using this following equation. Molarity of sodium acetate, that is M is equal to millimoles of salt divided by total volume in liter. Millimoles of salt divided by total volume in liter. So how many millimoles of sodium acetate will be formed? कितने millimoles sodium acetate के फॉर्म हो गए, बोलो मुझे ना. How many millimoles of sodium acetate has formed? Tell me. जल्दी से बोलो, कितने मिलीमोल्स सोडियम एसिटेट के फॉर्म हो गए. करेक्ट, वेरी गुड. इस्तेशाम ही मेरा लेक्चर शायद ठीक से देख रहा है, बाकी तो मुझे पता नहीं क्या चल रहा है आप लोगों का. सो मिलीमोल्स ऑफ एसिटेट मिलीमोल्स ऑफ सॉल्ट फॉर्म इज 7.75. So I will write here 0.75. I will write here 0.75 and total volume. Now tell me the total volume in ml. विनायक, टेल मी टोटल वॉल्यूम इन ml नाउ. विनायक ने भी सही बोला है वैसे तो 0.75 मिलीमोल्स हो जाएंगे सोडियम एसिटेट के फॉर्म. देन टेल मी द टोटल वॉल्यूम इन ml. कितना है टोटल वॉल्यूम? टोटल वॉल्यूम जो कि आपके कोनिकल फ्लास्क में है. गणेश ने भी सही बोला है 0.75 मिलीमोल्स विल गेट फॉर्म. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप लोग लेट आंसर कर रहे हो ना, तो आप लोग लाइव पे नहीं हो, आप लोग कुछ डिफरेंस है टाइम में. वेरी गुड. 25 प्लस 7.5, सो टोटल वॉल्यूम विल बी 32.2. वेरी गुड इस्तेशाम. सो टोटल वॉल्यूम समथिंग का मतलब क्या होता है विनायक? सो टोटल वॉल्यूम इज 32.5. And now tell me the millimoles. Sumit Parmar is saying 32, not 32. Exact you have to tell. हम लोगों ने एरर देखा है ना चैप्टर, एरर्स इसी के लिए देखा है कि आप लोग ऐसे मिस्टेक्स करते हो. एग्जैक्ट वॉल्यूम कितना है 32.5. नाउ टेल मी द मिलीमोल्स. टेल मी द मिलीमोल्स. मिलीमोल्स ऑफ सोडियम एसिटेट 0.75 डिवाइडेड बाय 32.5 कितना आ रहा है? वो कितना आ जाएगा ये वैल्यू, मुझे बोलो जल्दी से. अरे कैल्सी नहीं लिया आप लोगों ने? टेक अ साइंटिफिक कैल्सी. टेक अ साइंटिफिक कैल्सी. 0.023 करेक्ट. 0.023 मोलार. वेरी गुड. किसने बोला है? रूपेश ने बोला है. रूपेश इज एक्टिव इन माय क्लास. ठीक है. सो इट इज 0.023. So in this way you can find out the molarity of sodium acetate form. Very good. तो ये आप लोगों के पास ये आ जाएगी molarity of sodium acetate, that is 0.02308 मोलर. ये आप लोगों ने फॉर्म की है. Okay, very good. Then we will go to the next point. During the titration, before the equivalence point, please now read this carefully. Read this carefully or listen carefully. During the titration, before the equivalence point, acid and salt both are present. ठीक है. During titration क्या हो जाएगा? Before the equivalence point, acid भी है और उसका salt भी present है, क्योंकि सारा का सारा acid neutralize नहीं हुआ है, क्योंकि equivalence point अभी तक नहीं आया है. So there will be acid as well as salt of that acid is present in your conical flask. क्या present है conical flask में? Acid as well as salt of that acid is present. So there is acetic acid. So there is formation of acidic buffer takes place. So if acid is present and salt of that acid is present, that solution is called as acidic buffer. If base is present and salt of that base is present, then that is called as a basic buffer. So here acid is present and salt of which acid is present? Acetic acid is present and salt, that is sodium salt is present. Sodium acetate is present. Sodium acetate is sodium salt of acetic acid. So both acid and salts are present. So if such condition is there, then that solution is called as acidic buffer. That solution is called as a acidic buffer. So this acidic buffer is formed during the titration, and according to the formula of acidic buffer, you can write here, according to the formula of acidic buffer, H plus ion is equal to, or concentration of H plus ions is equals to Ka into acid divided by salt. Ka into acid divided by salt. Ka is equilibrium constant of that acid. K is equilibrium constant of that acid. So H plus ion, or concentration of H plus ion is equal to Ka into acid divided by salt. So you will put the values of Ka. ये Ka की वैल्यू आप लोगों को दी है 1. Ka की वैल्यू आप लोगों को दी है, क्या है Ka की वैल्यू 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 5. एसिड के हम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट की है, एसिड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन भी हम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट किया है. कितना था एसिड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन? वो था 0.05384. एंड सॉल्ट का अभी हम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट किया है, 0.0308. so you have to just put this value in this equation. You will get this equation. And if you solve this equation, you will get the value of H plus ion. If you solve, you will get the value of concentration of H plus ion. And once you get the value of concentration of H plus ion, you can calculate the pH. Once you get the value, you can calculate the pH. कितना आ रहा है ये वैल्यू? कितना आ रहा है? किसी ने कैलकुलेट किया है ये वैल्यू? बोलो मुझे. So this concentration of H plus is equals to 4.082 into 10 raised to minus 5. H plus का कितना आ रहा है वैल्यू? 4.082 into 10 raised to minus 5. This is the concentration of H plus ion. Now you have got the concentration of H plus ion, then you can calculate the pH, because you know very well that pH is equal to negative log of H plus ion concentration. Just take the negative log of this value, that is 4.082. Just take the negative log of this value, that is 4.082 into 10 raised to minus 5. You will get the pH, and pH is very good station. pH is 4.39. pH is 4.39. So this is the pH of your solution after the addition of 7.5 ml 0.1 normal NaOH. ये pH की वैल्यू हो जाएगी आपकी ड्यूरिंग द टाइट्रेशन, जबकि आप लोगों ने 7.5 ml 0.1 नॉर्मल NaOH ऐड किया है. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन कैलकुलेट the value at different volume at NaOH. So I think today we will stop here. I think आप लोगों को आज के लिए इतना काफी हो गया है. बहुत से सारे कैलकुलेशन है, बहुत से सारे फॉर्मूले है, वो आपको रिमेम्बर याद रखने हैं, याद करने हैं. सो विल स्टॉप हियर. नेक्स्ट जो है 2-3 वॉल्यूम के, दैट विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर, दैट इज टुमारो at 2:30. Now if you have problem, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise we will stop here. ठीक है? Okay. Good. So any problem or any difficulty, any doubt? You can ask me. सर कॉलेज रिओपन कधी होणार आहे? एक्चुअली ना मुझे भी यही क्या बोलते उसको, मैं भी बहुत दिनों से यही सोच रहा है कि कब हम लोग फिजिकली मिलेंगे यार, ऐसे ऑनलाइन लेक्चर लेके बोर हो गए। मुझे भी पता नहीं है कब होने वाला है। इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द सिचुएशन, कैसे सिचुएशन है कोविड की, हमारी गवर्नमेंट क्या डिसाइड करती है, हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी क्या डिसाइड करती है, हमारा कॉलेज क्या डिसाइड करता है, इन सब के ऊपर वो डिपेंड है। आई थिंक मैं करेक्ट पर्सन नहीं हूँ इसका आंसर देने के लिए। मैं भी आप लोगों जैसा ही हूँ, मुझे भी पता नहीं है। मुझे भी बहुत उत्सुकता है ये जानने की कि कॉलेज कब चालू हो रहा है हम लोगों का। सो बेसिकली वी आर इन सेम मोड, यू एंड मी इन सेम मोड, ठीक है। ओके, सुमित परमार is saying okay sir, ठीक है। if you have not sir, what about practicals? Same answer। प्रैक्टिकल का भी मुझे भी कुछ पता नहीं है क्या होगा प्रैक्टिकल्स, कैसे होंगे प्रैक्टिकल्स, लेकिन आई थिंक जब प्रैक्टिकल चालू हो जाएंगे ना तो वो खत्म हो जाएंगे, आपकी एग्जाम भी हो जाएंगी। प्रैक्टिकल ऐसे नहीं होने वाले, प्रैक्टिकल चालू हो जाएंगे और खत्म हो जाएंगे। एक महीने में सब प्रैक्टिकल हम लोग अटेंड करेंगे, खत्म हो जाएंगे, जल्दी से एग्जाम ले लेंगे। एग्जाम होणार आहेत का? यस, एग्जाम होणार आहेत, 100% शुअर अबाउट दॅट। एक्झाम होणारच आहेत, कारण का जे आताचे लास्ट इयरचे स्टुडंट होते, डिग्री MSc चे आणि BSc चे, त्यांच्या एक्झाम्स पण झालेले आहेत, त्यामुळे एक्झाम होणार आहेत 100%, त्याच्यात मी 100% शुअर आहे। एक्झाम पासून तुम्हाला सुटका नाही, एक्झाम होणारच आहेत, नो डाऊट अबाउट दॅट। ऑफलाईन होणार की ऑनलाईन, दोन्ही मोड असतील। आणि जर कोविडची सिच्युएशन जर चांगली झाली तर ऑनलाईन, अशीच राहिली तर दोन्ही मोडने एक्झाम होतील। यू कॅन ऑप्ट फॉर ऑनलाईन, यू कॅन ऑप्ट फॉर ऑफलाईन एक्झाम ऑल्सो, ठीक आहे। ओके, सो एनी प्रॉब्लेम? भाई अटेंडन्स लिंक आली, विनायक मोठाले अटेंडन्स पण आली, डोंट वरी अबाउट दॅट, यू कॅन गिव्ह द अटेंडन्स, ठीक आहे, नो प्रॉब्लेम। Okay, Sumit is saying thank you, sir. Okay, so no problem. So this is Kishore Kai signing off. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you. lecture. हम नहीं आवडून ठेवते ना, आवडून ठेवते, आम्ही लेक्चर लावतो।